snap. It's Teague again. The pile pushes to the goal line. And it looks like the officials are going to say he was stopped just short.
And Nick Saban is not there for it because of COVID.
That's right. At home watching it.
Third down and short, and that running game is really having trouble against this Michigan State defensive front, and it's fourth down again.
Without question. I think embrace the expectations. I've always enjoyed that side of things. But also recognize, too.
Specifically mentioned Henderson. Needs to be more reliable at safety. Short throw and catch by Daniel George, but he's well short of the first down.
Under 100 yards. And the 22 on third down. Peters pumps in trouble, and Peters is going to be dropped, or is he? Finally goes down. Antjuan Simmons had to wrestle with Brandon Peters for a bit to get him to the turf.
Again, just a little off on the snap, but does a good job of handling it. And Master Teague heads for the pylon, and he's got a Buckeyes touchdown.
There's Shaw, and he'll lose yardage back to the 37-yard line.
To work the clock here, 3rd and 8. Teague look content to just run it into the middle and punt the football back.
Clear on either side. There's no one opposite of him. There it is.
Daniels. Well, that was a quick reaction, wasn't it? To show you how the pursuit of Antjuan Simmons can be so devastating.
By Indiana here in the second half. And Scott comes short of the goal line.
Can't turn our backs from that. He's been so good against Michigan State. No, he hasn't, especially at home. He's been so good against Ohio State. No, he hasn't. He's been great in bowl games. No, he hasn't.
They decide to kick it, and it backfires. So Michigan takes over at the 23. Corum looking for a hole, but nothing doing. Antjuan Simmons again. We've been mentioning.
And here facing 3rd and 5. Herbert well protected. Underneath. That is not going to be enough. C.J. Verdell got it, but for a short gain. To keep having the chaos we're seeing across college football, and Ohio State wins against Illinois. That game is going to have huge implications.
They need 17 yards. They'll go underneath. Blackshear not going to get near enough.
Antjuan Simmons just laid him out.
Is the deep man as Moody slips. This one will be fielded inside the 10-yard line with some good running room for the Spartans. A flag on the play as Michigan State advances the ball to the 30. 21 for the Buckeyes. Michigan State looking like they're going to blitz. Here they come. Picked up. Haskins underneath, but not enough for the first down as Paris Campbell makes the catch.
Mertz on Friday night. Justin Fields here today. And Pacheco gets a Spartan sandwich. To be one of the vocal leaders. Has to be one of the top tacklers, too.
There's no movement. Simmons, oh, that's awesome by Simmons. That's the way you do it. Hey, you young players out there.
It's going to be a handoff to Scott. Nothing doing.
Packers got off to the turnovers, and a 50-yard touchdown will do that for Michigan State, too. Half of their yardage total here for the game so far.
Jackson, a delayed handoff, and that was too much of a delay.
Back to Scott, and he's dropped to the backfield. Guess who? Antjuan Simmons.
Recognition. The right side of your screen, he attacks the hole. He doesn't wait. What I love about watching him on film.
Antjuan Simmons, the Michigan State linebacker, very vocal leader, finishing off that play. They swing it around this time to Young.
Find some success and gain some rhythm with some of these young wide receivers.
Walensky with time over the middle. Oh! Williams with the catch, but Antjuan Simmons just threw himself under the chariot. What a collision.
And here he is way on the left. That 34 is on the left side of your screen. He gets back in coverage, and there he's going to look up the wide receiver and just bang. And he goes in and he goes down low exactly like they're being taught, but oof. tell you, you can't lead a player like that in zone coverage.
The 2-yard line, Wildcat formation. Haskins handles the ball, picks it up, and Haskins dropped for a loss.
Jonathan Taylor, nice penetration by Antjuan Simmons as he gets into the backfield to drop Taylor before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Like second half for 1 touchdown, and now hit in the backfield and drops.
The stalwart in the inside last week about missed assignments. That's what happened on that play.
Well, a slip that time by Harrison as he tried to get outside on the edge.
Deep handoff. Bowser hit behind the line. And there he is, Antjuan Simmons.
Hendershot's done a good job of responding to that responsibility.
Big hit as a helmet comes off. But Simmons quit the tackle. He lost his lid in the process.
Simmons does a great job of just blowing up the right side of that offensive line, Wara, and dragging down James in the backfield.
On this raw day, with the rain falling and the temperature in the 40s. Journey Brown gets his first carry, and the journey doesn't go very far.
Shamari Brooks is in the backfield. He'll take this swing pattern, and he's ducked right away. Antjuan Simmons.
What an outstanding play in open field. This is textbook football. Get that head and that shoulder upfield so as to not get confused with targeting or something of that sort.
2 sacks on him here in the first half.
They'll try to run it on first down, and they'll go nowhere. There's Antjuan Simmons. We talked about the speed earlier. Yeah. Simmons into the backfield, drops him for a 3-yard loss. They give it to Samson James, and he's tripped up in the backfield. It's defense nearly impossible to run against, and that's another example right there.
Well, he's got wind behind him, and he got underneath it. It's a high kick and short. Taken by the up back, and he's getting free out to the 45, maybe the 46. Antjuan Simmons, you know, he's pumped up.
And the defense hangs back. Then what do I do? And he's done a really good job of that today, and it's been showing up for their performance.
Well, that screen pass ends up deflecting into the hands of Wyatt Davis.
Simmons, 34, left side of your screen. He's got the back in man. He gets that ball tipped up in the air, and obviously Davis there, lucky.
We tossed today, they deferred to the second half. And so Connor Hayward deep to receive. And he will yield there, and fielded at the 10. And room to run. And a great starting spot for the Spartans. Their average starting position so far today, the 46, and they're just about there again.
They like their matchup there.
It's again to Young. Tries to find that edge. You mentioned the Michigan State defense. This is something with the pace that they got to adjust to all afternoon long.
Trips to the top of your screen right here.
Protection on this. Antjuan Simmons, man, I'll tell you, he plays that star position like no one does it. He turns himself into a running back on that play, coach. He's able to come. You'll see him come and then bounce and watch the running back. He turns himself into a running back and make him miss in space, you know. That's athleticism right there and want.
Down and 8 at the 19. Patterson under pressure. He'll dance. Patterson. And he trips and falls down to the 30-yard line. Not necessarily a bad place.
I hope that they rule that this was a fumble and that he wasn't trying to actually throw this. And I know he trips, but if that's ruled a forward pass, it doesn't get anywhere near the line of scrimmage.
Hanging up in the air like that. Good job getting it to Reese.
That gain of 16. This time, Ramsey runs out of time. Antjuan Simmons, the weak side linebacker, comes in.
The rivalry it was going to be a stretch to try to make that an annual rivalry based on being 2 land-grant universities.
There's a sack for Antjuan Simmons, who takes down Sean Clifford.
It's kind of a read look to Isaiah Pacheco.
He was faking it there, looking to throw, and he's run out of space and time, and Michigan State's going to get him. So a spark of light for Rutgers offensively. They're snuffed out.
Unfortunate conversion.
And Brandon Peters and company back to work on first down as Peters fires to Williams, and Williams out to the 36-yard line. The ball popping out at the end of the play.
That looked like he was down already, Kev.
Let's see. It's out. Oh, that's definitely a live ball.
Simmons punched it out, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a live ball.
You know, Bacci is such a big-time player, but this is as long as you're going to see the quarterback hang on to it, and finally he goes down. As if on cue, it's Raekwon Williams and Antjuan Simmons that collaborate them have had at making a sack.
96 was in there as well. The rush was one of integrity. Everybody's responsible for the lanes. Everybody came in there. Penasuk actually folded back and got involved in it as well.
Already getting caught on the backside.
It's Teray.
First punt of the day for Michigan State.
Good hit.
Right at the 30. There's a fumble. Did Michigan State recover? They got it. A turn of events for Michigan State.
It's what they needed. Oh, there's a surprise. Antjuan Simmons on the
With
punt
the hit.
team.
Oh, slip.
He's the one who recovered it. That's the hit right there. Klein did a good job getting the hit, and Simmons was right there.
Chase Klein, one of the guys that they've been excited about in fall camp and getting the job done on special teams for Michigan State.
Yeah, that's a good hit.
It's expectation. Then it really comes down to Notre Dame. How does that game look? How do they lose? And Texas A&M
loses the football, and it looks like they will call that a catch, a fumble, and Antjuan Simmons on the recovery. Time Olave has fumbled in the game earlier. His teammates bailed him out. This time, it's Antjuan Simmons to recover.
It's a great hit by Chase Klein. He's playing high. He drives on the football. Olave's trying loose with the football there. You see that left hand just a little bit loose there, trying to make a play.
Sophomore from Plano, Texas, now in the game at center.
That pass is intercepted. It's Antjuan Simmons.
At home, he read it. Smith's eyes were focused on that side. I don't know if the ball was tipped or not, but just went up and climbed the ladder and plucked that ball out of the air and pulled it down. Again, another insult to injury.
Jackson to throw on 3rd and 6, and he completes it right near the sticks. That was Dante Demas, and that ball came out right at the end of the play. It's a second turnover, and as many defensive possessions here.
It's about the threat that Dante Demas presents in the passing game. Runs a nice spot route, presents a friendly target to the quarterback, and then turns to get upfield. There's no question he catches that ball and makes a football move, just doesn't secure it. That ball is certainly out. And look, you think about last week against Nebraska, all the issues early on in that football game.
Intercepted. And that should be the icing on the cake. Antjuan Simmons, the sophomore, first interception of his career.
Fumble it. Throws it high. He's underneath the crossing route.
It looked like Naquan Jones also got a fingertip on that at the line.
He's in a good down route and get hit.